Well, hey, everybody, it is good to see you. I wanted to share this short video, maybe 10 minutes long or so, that I coach pastors like you on how to get through the side door of a job. An illustration that I often use. I know that you, as a pastor, don't ever frequent places like this. I can't say I do either, but from what I'm told, you go to a nightclub, there are three ways to get into a nightclub. The first way is the most common way, which is you stand on a line with a velvet, rope, and you wait for hours, and you may or may not get in, depending on, factors that I am clueless about because I've never been to a nightclub. So that's how most people apply to jobs. They just go to the website like this one, Indeed.com. They find jobs that they think look kind of interesting, and they just apply, apply, apply. The really insidious thing about this method is that it feels like you're being productive, right? It feels like you're being productive because you're applying to 5, 10, 20, 30 jobs a day. But it's not very effective. It's like standing on that line waiting to go into the club. You may or may not get in. You might have just be wasting your time. Not very effective. The second way is if you're like a celebrity, like you're like Drake or someone of that caliber. I don't know many celebrities, Justin Bieber, I guess. And if you're a celebrity, you pull up in your limousine and you just walk right into the nightclub and you don't have to wait in the line like everybody else. I'm not a celebrity. I don't think you are either. I don't have a super niche skill that is in high demand. I don't think you do either. If you do, you just get phone calls and emails all the time to come work for companies. We're not that. Most of us are not, however. The third way is what I call the side door. And the side door is like the person who says, I'm not going to stand on the line. I'm not going to pull up in a limo. I'm going to go around the side of the building and maybe I'll see a custodian taking the trash out. Maybe I'll see a waitress on her break smoking a cigarette. Maybe I'll see, a chef, with a door propped open. And I'm going to try to become buddy buddy with that person with the intent of letting me into the side door, letting me into the nightclub without having to go through the front door or be a person of clout. So, what does that mean for you as a pastor trying to get a job? Well, it means more than you can imagine. So, I'm going to walk you through a step by step process that will help you go from about a 1% chance of getting a callback to about a 40 to 50% chance of getting a callback for an interview. A couple things that are very important before we walk through this process. Number one, a resume needs to be dialed in before you do this. So if you have a janky, not so good resume, don't do this process. You're wasting your time. You're wasting the people's time that you're going to network with. Make sure your resume is really dialed in. We provide resume writing services at ihelppastorgetjobs.com. So please let us know if we can help you in that way. It is a paid fee, but if you don't have a resume that's really on point, you're just wasting your time doing this. Second thing is that applying for jobs, the goal is not to get a job. I know that might sound kind of counterintuitive, but the goal is to get an interview. All right. And that's your goal here, to get an interview. So what I did is I went over to Indeed.com. This is where most of us start. We go to Learning and Development Specialist. All right, Learning and Development Specialist, New York, New York, where I live. And I want to dial in here because specialist is very important. Specialist, coordinator, these tend to be like entry level jobs. All right. And I found this role, and this is actually a really, in my view, a very sweet gig for a pastor because it's part-time. All right. It's hybrid and it's for the International Rescue Mission. All right. And it is a nonprofit. So like you have a really a sweet setup here because you're working in sort of, what I would deem a um, high impact organization. You're not, working for some place that goes against your morals. You're helping people. They have a great mission and it's part-time. So if you're staying in full-time ministry, maybe you only want, 20 hours a week or whatever, but it still requires, a 403B, flexible spending, health insurance. I mean, this is a pretty sweet gig in my view. So Go ahead and scroll down here. You see the hourly rate, $23.71 to $29.66 an hour. That's great. And the International Rescue Mission, one thing I want to focus on is I'm going to go ahead and use my tool here, my antidote tool. And if I click on right here where it says RAI, I don't know what that means, but it tells me down here, resettlement, asylum, and integration. So this is an actual department within the organization. Now, all of a sudden, I realize, okay, I'm not necessarily working on the learning development team. I'm working more on the RAI team. And that is a really helpful tell as you kind of begin this process. All right, let me go ahead and clear that. And just, very high level, what is this job? It is administrative support for the implementation and delivery of training. Okay. Coordinating invitations, registration, virtual events. All right. Tracking reports, Microsoft Office, post-training support, project plans. I mean, it's an entry-level job, an entry-level part-time job, making about, what did they say, $23 to $29 an hour. And even tells you who you report to, the talent management coordinator, indirect reporting, and the HR partner, RAI. And obviously down here, let's take a quick look at the qualifications, which you as a pastor more than qualify for a job like this. Bachelor's degree, 2 to 4 years of experience. Obviously Microsoft Office, no problem. Professionalism, strong work ethic, strong communication, attention to detail, multicultural environment. Yep, all that looks pretty sweet. Now, what most of you would do, which would be wrong, is you would just take your resume, you'd apply for this job, and you would sit back and hope for the best. You would take your resume, you'd apply for this job on their website, and then you would sit back and hope for the best. And the sad news is that you'd only have about a 1% chance of even getting a call back, even if you're qualified, even if you're more than qualified, because you didn't go through the side door, you went through the front door. So I'm going to walk you through the process of going through the front door. So I'm going to click on this right here. This is the International Rescue Mission website on LinkedIn. As you can see here, there's 11,421 employees there. All right. And what I want to do is I'm going to click on employees in the United States that work on the RAI team, and I'm down to 24 employees. Now, here's the cool thing is of the 11,000 plus employees, I just got down to 24. And all these people here, I don't know who any of them are. All right, I'm just going to be honest with you. But I believe that one of these folks are going to be that person who's going to help me get through the side door. All right. And that's pretty cool to start to think about. So once again, I went to International Rescue Committee on LinkedIn. I hit on people, I typed in United States and RAI, and I got 24 names. Now, I already did the due diligence of kind of clicking through it and figuring out who's the most, promising person to reach out to. And I found that this person right here, Jamie Costigan, is the most promising person to reach out to. The reason why, look at this. She is, where's my annotate tool? She is the RAI Director of Design, Monitoring, and Evaluation. And you can see about a month ago, she posted about a job she's hiring for as well. So this person's, relatively active on LinkedIn. She's not posting every day, which you want to see someone who posts more often, but, posting a month ago is okay. She works on that team that you want to work on. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. She's been at the organization, you can see, for a good while, 10 plus years. She's also worked at other organizations in similar fields as well. She's also produced, and this is very important, produced some publications as well. So I want to get as much intel as I can about this person, because I'm going to reach out to this person directly, even though I don't know her, because this is my side door introduction. I'm going to walk you through how to do that. So Jamie has no idea who I am, but I'm interested in working on her team. All right, so let me go ahead and click on this over here. This is cultivatedculture.com/mailscoop. I just punched in her name, Jamie Costigan, rescue.org, and bada bing, bada boom, I got her email. It's pretty amazing, right? So I went from, all right, this job, all right, learning development specialist, to clicking on her picture right here. There she is, Jamie. Looking at her LinkedIn, kind of getting some info about who she is. Here's actually the article she wrote, so I could look at the article she wrote as well. But that's not needed right now for what we're doing. And what am I doing here? I'm getting kind of a feel for who she is. And then I got her email address. And now I'm going over here. And what I'm doing is I'm writing her an email. Learning and Development Specialist, virtual coffee. Hi, Jamie. Right to the point. I am reaching out because I'm interested in L&D specialist position at IRC. All right. I made sure to hyperlink L&D specialist position so you can just click on it and see what I'm talking about. I hold extensive experience in project management, managing learning programs, and humanitarian nonprofits, as outlined in my resume attached. So this shows her right away. I spent some time looking at the job. I'm showing you how I'm the best person for the job, and I think we should have a conversation. And I'm going to be very bold. I'm just going to straight up ask her, could we have 15 minutes on Zoom to discuss this? And if maybe you're not the best person to talk to, who is the best person to talk to? And also, the last thing I'm going to put here is something personal. Maybe I'll reference one of the articles she wrote. Maybe she and I have a mutual connection on LinkedIn. Maybe we went to a similar school. Anything personal, like don't be creepy. Like don't, go to this person's Facebook and be like, oh, I saw you have 4 kids. So do I. That's a little weird. Keep it professional. All right. Make sure you attach your resume and send this email. All right. Now you want to do this before you apply. And let me tell you why. Because if Jamie hops on a phone call with you, and I don't know if IRC does this, I'm assuming they do. She hops on a phone call with you, you talk for 15 minutes about the role, and she says, okay, this seems like it could be a good fit for you. I'm going to give you a referral link. All right, a referral link. And what's a referral link? She's going to send you an email, the link that you click on and that you apply, and then she will receive a bonus if you get hired. So she's really motivated to have that 15-minute phone conversation with you because she might get $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 just by 25, 30 minutes of work. But obviously, like nobody, you wouldn't do this, I wouldn't do this, is going to refer somebody that they don't know. That's why you just can't email them and say, hey, Jamie, you don't know me, but refer me for this job. Like, okay, you're kind of a creep. I'm not doing that. I don't even know you. But you spend a few minutes with them on the phone. You kind of share your story. You ask for the referral link, and there you go. And now what has happened is you've bypassed the red carpet, right? You're no longer standing in the line like everybody else. You're now on the side door. You're now inside the nightclub. Does this guarantee you an interview? No, it doesn't. I'm not going to lie to you. It doesn't. But you just exponentially grown your chances of getting a call back because you took these steps. All right. So once again, you go to LinkedIn. Okay. You type in the name of the company. You type in the team that you want to work for. You go through the list. You find out who the stakeholders are, and you send them all an email using MailScoop. Once again, that's called MailScoop. Email should be short. Your resume should be attached. Your resume needs to be on point. And your only goal is to get a 15-minute phone conversation with them to hear more about the position and get a social referral link. That's how you bypass the system. That's how you get an interview. That's how you get your next job. Good luck.